Christian thinker, a pastor. I also like to see myself as a moral leader. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I pray you will be blessed as you listen to this message right now. So I want to teach you 10 biblical facts that God is a God of all blessing, that God is a source of true wealth. There is false wealth, there's true wealth, there's true riches. Number one, it is God that gives power to get wealth. That's the first fact. Violet, the first fact. Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 17 to 18. God is the one that gives us power to get wealth. Makadebos. So he said, and thou shalt say in thine heart that my power and my mind, the might of my hand has gotten me this wealth. Verse 17 speaks about man-made wealth, Pedro. Because God acknowledges that man can make wealth without him. So God was saying here that, don't forget to remember that I brought you out of Egypt. I protected you. I fed you. I clothed you. I gave you health. I gave you healing. I preserved you. I prospered you. I gave you manna. I did everything. Now, wait. When you have eaten, you are full. Do not now say it is your power that has given you this wealth. Because it's possible, my darling, it's possible you forget God. And you now start thinking, it's that job I did. But you forgot that job, somebody just called you from nowhere and said, look, I'm looking for someone to bless. Take that job of 25, 30, 40 million. And you just made a profit of close to 20. You're wondering why, sir? I want to bless you. You now begin to think that it's your competence. You ignore that it came on a platter of gold. And that process is called favor. So that favor is what we call God's riches in glory. So it's God that gave you favor. That now favor produced riches. You are glued to the riches, ignoring the favor that connected you to the man, and you know that it's not because you are better, but because you are favored. Put your hands together. Thou shalt remember. I speak to you and know not what name. Thou shalt remember. Because many of you have forgotten where you started from. 15 years ago, 12 years ago, you were nobody until God picked you up. Thou shalt remember that it is the Lord thy God that gave thee power. How does God make us rich? How is God a source of wealth? How? Power. That power is called blessing. God empowers you. How? I will teach you. I will teach you. God does not give you wealth. He gives you power or empowers you. That's why I believe that churches should have empowerment programs. So we don't give people fish, we teach them how to fish. We don't give people bread, we intervene so that they will have a bakery. We empower people to get wealth, to make wealth. We create wealth creation programs so they can be wealthy. We give them skills. Don't give them transport fare. Pull them together. Give them some skills. There's so many skills that people can learn. Many skills. Even barbing skills can give you so much money. I know how much I pay my barber. And it's a private barber. I know how much because he cuts my hair. Pedicure, manicure, what do you call those things? Makeup artist, hair making, all kind of skills can bring wealth. And how does we know that skill? God now will bless you. You will be more skillful than others. If you're wondering how come I create my own style, because God has blessed with his breath on the works of your hands. Put your hands together. Do you get? So number one fact is that God is a source, or the source, or a source of true wealth. God giveth us power to make wealth. Number two, There is something called true riches. Luke 16 verse 11. Biblical fact. If there is true riches, there is false riches. If therefore you have not been faithful in your unrighteous mammon, who will commit to your trust the true riches? That means there's something called true riches. It didn't just say riches, Cassie. It said true riches and unrighteous mammon. In this passage, we have God versus mammon. Because true riches, there's fake and bad, there's ill-gotten riches. That's the unrighteous mammon. Because every time you see mammon in scriptures, I've searched the Pedro, only two places, Matthew and Luke, that you find the word mammon in scriptures. You can never find it with mammon, righteous mammon. No, you don't get it. Mammon cannot be righteous. Because mammon simply means ill-gotten wealth. Mammon was not talking about riches. Mammon of unrighteousness, unrighteous mammon. There's no righteous mammon. Oh God. There's no righteous mammon. It's like saying the day you believe there's righteous mammon, you believe there can be a righteous Satan. Satan cannot be righteous. You are getting it. Satan by nature is unrighteous. He's a liar. They say, oh, there's a truthful Satan. Satan, you are getting it. Father of lies. Thank you, sir. Satan cannot be truthful. So mammon, as explained in the Bible, cannot be righteous. Mammon simply means a demon, one of the demons of Satan, responsible for getting wealth through wrong means. Do you get the point now? Killing, ritual killing, all kind of stuff. That is mammon. So there are people serving mammon. So they are looking at the end, not the means. They don't care how the money comes, as long as they have the money. So they will now bow. Because there's a demon in charge of money in the kingdom of Satan. A demon in charge of lust. A demon. There are different demons. So he does meetings. He asks them, tell me, how are you working? One is a lying spirit. I will go and talk their lies. Human beings like deceit. Help me go and continue. Bring me more converts to my own kingdom. Are you with me now? So mammon cannot be righteous. And there's true riches. Praise God. Number 3. The third fact mentioned in the Bible, that God is the source of true wealth or true riches. Proverbs 10 verse 22, very famous passage. Oh, Jesus help us. The blessing of the Lord maketh rich. The blessing of the Lord maketh rich. God, do you hear that word maketh? Oh, Pedro. It's not the riches, it's a blessing that will make you rich. The blessing, the breath. Change that word blessing to the word bless, breath. When God puts his breath on you, he make rich. In verse 2, it says treasures of wickedness. In verse 2 of the same Proverbs 10, verse 2, treasures of wickedness. You see, that one is very terrible. Verse 2 says, let me get that. Profit nothing, but righteousness delivereth from death. So he was speaking of treasures of wickedness in verse 2. He now went to verse 22. He said, but you know what? The blessing of the Lord maketh rich. Christians don't understand that word blessings. Barak. It's more than saying bless you, bless you. The blessing is the same thing saying the empowerment in the book of what? Deuteronomy. That's something that God puts on man. The blessing. God can bless. There's 7 blessings of heaven that can be upon you. Jacob said the blessings of the dew, the blessing of the breast, blessing of the deep can be upon you. There's something unique when what leaves God and comes upon man. It's not every man that carries his blessing. It's not. What was Abraham giving to his children? A blessing, not inheritance. Money is a product of the blessing. Isaac had the blessing because Isaac, Pedro Mochome, had the blessing. Pedro, because he had the blessing, famine could not fight it. Famine could not divide. So in the period of famine, he sowed and he reaped. Others could not reap in the same land. But this man was carrying a blessing. So he could sow and reap because he had a blessing. I don't know how to explain it, but it is a blessing. I don't know, some call it mercy, some call it kindness, some call it favor, some call it wisdom, some call it counsel, some call it skill. But there's a name called the blessing. When it comes upon you, even famine, economic realities can bow, will bow, because you carry a blessing. Put your hands together. The blessing. The blessing. And Isaac sowed. They do. It was a famine. People were poor and hungry. I have read this scripture. I don't understand it. How? How? And the Lord blessed him. How? You don't get it. There was a drought. Drought means no rain, nothing. No rain, nothing. The whole ground there was a drought. And he sowed and he reaped. So the Philistines were wondering, hey, you don't get. I have a plot of land there. I don't get it. You have a plot of land there. No rain. You sow 2 bags of yam. You sow 2 bags of yam. The same ground. Your own grew. Mine don't grew. What is what? That is what people don't understand. That's what happened. So the people were surprised. There was famine in the land. The Philistines were surprised. How come you are different? They dug a well. They took it. He dug another. They took it. He dug another. They took it until they were tired of taking, because he was not tired of digging. Why were they taking it? You know why? They were digging. They couldn't find water. What kind of blessing do you have? Everywhere you dig, water comes. Neighbor dug well, no water. They now came to claim it. They said, wow, I'm only learning. Go on, bye. Okay? He didn't fight them like a boy. He left them. He went to another area. He dug there again. Found water. Uncle, I thought you've dug. I've been digging for 6 months, no water. Why, that guy that just came to you, he found water. Water for where? Is there a different well under this place? They chased him again. He didn't find them. Look at me. His blessing walking around. The man knew, I'm blessed. Why? I carry the blessing of my progenitors. I carry the blessing of Abraham. And that came from above. That blessing came from where? Above. That's how God makes rich. The blessing of the Lord maketh rich. That's why every year, I pray. In this church, I pray for Lord bless me. That was exactly what Jacob was praying for in Genesis 32. He said, I am rich, but in the blessing. The one I took, I stole it from Isaac. So he said, God bless me. I will not leave you until you bless me. Bless me, oh Lord. Bless me. But Jacob was rich because he gave his brother quite a lot. He left Laban's house wealthy, but he needed a blessing. He sensed that what I stole in Genesis 27 is not the real one. Let me get the real one from heaven. He wrestled with heaven and he changed his name to Israel. That was the blessing. A name. A name. A name. Until tomorrow, there's a nation called what? Put your hands together. To get more of these videos, just click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can get notified once a video is uploaded. Listen to me, folk. I'd like you to subscribe. Subscribe, and guess what? Subscribe again. Thank you very much. I'll see you later.